back, everybody, to another live reaction here at I'm Not a Coach. I'm your host, Dave Huerta. Thank you so much for joining us on this Monday night matchup between the Detroit Lions and the Baltimore Ravens, man. This game, when I saw week 3, when I was looking at the 5 games that we were possibly going to be able to stream on the channel, this is the one game outside of the Packer game. This is the game that I was like, yeah, this could be a game of the year candidate. And that's what we got here. So we're going to start out quick. Caught around the 10 to the 15 to the 20, 25, 30. Stays on his feet. Fights off his own teammate there. And will go down around the 33. And Detroit is going to start out with the ball here on Monday Night Football, baby. I hope your week is off to a great start, man. Hope your weekend was great as well. And yeah, man, we got a fun matchup between two Super Bowl contenders, man. Detroit coming off arguably one of the greatest season in franchise history, man. This franchise has been around for a long time, but man, last year was special. It did not end well. Unfortunately, got one and done in the playoffs, but hopefully they can bounce back. And Jahmyr Gibbs gets the handoff, and he pops out of a tackle, but it's still only going to be a minimal gain of about 2 for Jahmyr Gibbs. But yeah, man, if you're just joining us, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel, man. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers before October, man. We're closing in on that number. We do as many games as we possibly can. Primetime games, Packer games. If you want to join that, man, please make sure you leave a like. Thank you. Goff in the shotgun, takes the handoff, looking, throws to his right, down the right sideline, and he finds his favorite target. That is Jameson Williams, running towards the right sideline and getting a big first down with some big yardage afterwards, man. Good job. Let's go. So yeah, each of these teams had some Super Bowl aspirations last year. They're coming off a big victory in week 2 after losing in week 1. So we'll see how they can bounce back. Can they make it 2 in a row? And Jahmyr Gibbs gets the handoff, and he's going to be caught in the backfield. And in comes the cavalry for the Ravens, man. Woo! Bringing them down for a loss, at least 2 yards in the backfield. Yeah, that was a heck of a play there. I like it. I like it. And it's going to be handoff up the middle, ball at the 45 of Baltimore. He's going to bounce it inside the 40-yard line and down to the 37 is Jahmyr Gibbs, man. All right, looks like Baltimore is going to be without Nnamdi Adebike, Kyle Van Noy, and Jaire Alexander, one of their newest acquisitions this offseason from Green Bay. Had a rough week 1. Jaire did, so fortunately he is not going to be playing in this game. All right, Goff in the shotgun, running back to his left, takes a snap, looking, throws over the middle, and he finds Jameson Williams again for another deep shot and another first down on this drive. Dahlia, what's going on? I'll be on as much as possible. Let's go Ravens. Yes, absolutely. Let's go. Dahlia and I are Packer fans here, so we're trying to make sure that we can stay at the top of that division, man. We don't need Detroit up there with us. So hopefully Baltimore can get us a win. But I appreciate you, Dahlia. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Hand off to the left. Jahmyr bounces it, trying to cut, and he will be brought down after a gain of about 2. All right, man. So far, this Baltimore defense doing a good job against the run, but they are giving up big chunk plays through the air. They did that in week 1. Again, they did a little bit of a better job in week 2, but still, they still gave up some big chunks to the Browns. All right, we got Goff in the shotgun, 2 receivers to the right, running back to his left. Ball at the 16, takes the snap, looks, throws to Jahmyr. He's going to get about 5 yards down near the 11-yard line. Stitch Hawaiian, what's going on, brother? How you doing? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Also, awesome name, Stitch Hawaiian. Let's go. Appreciate you guys being here on a Monday night. Thank you, thank you. All right, we got Goff in the shotgun, running back to his right, and he's got 3 receivers there on the right side as well. We got a receiver in motion, pre-snap, throws over the middle, and trying to get it to Jahmyr Gibbs on 3rd and short, but it'll be incomplete. That'll be 4th and 3 coming up here inside the 15. We know Dan Campbell likes to be aggressive, but what's he going to do here? What's he going to do? Captain Mickey Mouse. Lions didn't have a long flight to Baltimore. Oh, okay. Yeah, man. Yeah, I remember I've taken a flight to Baltimore. I'm from Wisconsin. It was maybe like an hour at most. Maybe an hour and 15. So I'm assuming Detroit were probably less than an hour for that flight. All right, they're going for it. Goff in the shotgun. Takes the snap, throws to the right. He finds his reliable target, Amon-Ra St. Brown, with a first down. There you go, man. Getting it just around the 5-yard line. Dude, the fact that Amon-Ra was like a 5th-round draft pick for them was just like almost immediately. I think it was in his 2nd year, he really started to establish himself as one of the best pass catchers in the league. And since then, man, he's just been a borderline top 5 receiver in the NFL. We got 1st and goal just inside the 5, handoff to Jahmyr Gibbs, and he's going to fight his way down to the 1. It's going to be a gain of 3 for the Lions, and he'll set up a 2nd and goal from the 1. All right, hurry up offense here, trying to make sure that the Ravens cannot substitute. Goff is going to be under center, single receiver to the left, Jahmyr Gibbs alone back in the backfield. Another handoff, and Jahmyr just waltzes in for the touchdown. And you know what that means. During primetime games, we do not turn on the lights until we get our first touchdown, man. And that is what we got here tonight. Let's freaking go. First, let's put the 6 on the board. And now, let's turn on the lights, man. Boom. Beautiful. Let's go. Yeah, just a simple handoff, literally right up the field. The offensive line did a great job of just kind of moving everything slightly off to the left there. And Jahmyr Gibbs just came in behind that wave. Extra point is good. And the Lions take an early 7-point lead here. First drive of the game. Starting out fast. We got 9-16. We're going to see how Baltimore, Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, see how these guys respond. Can they keep up with Detroit here? Let me know what your predictions are for this game. Leave them in the comments here. What are we looking for? All right, let's look around here. So as I was saying before, man, week 1 was a tough one for both of these teams. Detroit was headed to Green Bay to go up against the Packers. The Packers just absolutely manhandled them from start to finish, man. It was a beatdown. Detroit was able to bounce back in a massive way in week 2, putting up over 50 points against the Chicago Bears. And man, dude, it was a big win, man. It was a big, big win for them. Yeah, you saw Amon Ra. I think he scored 3 touchdowns in that game. Goff was efficient as always. The Bears struggled to really get much pressure on Jared Goff, and when you don't do that, this passing game for the Detroit Lions is just dominant, as you're seeing right now during that first drive. Man, Baltimore unable to get any pressure on Goff, had all day to throw, and when you give that guy that much time, he's going to be able to find guys down the field, man. You got some of the best receivers in the game with some of the fastest speeds, man. You got Jameson Williams, one of the fastest, tall freaking receiver with some of the fastest feet in the NFL. Amon-Ra St. Brown is just a great overall receiver, man. Great routes, great hands, everything you want in a receiver, he's got it. And they also have a rookie, Tesla, who has been making some wild, wild catches each of the last 2 weeks, man. He had a 1 yard, one-handed touchdown against Green Bay. It ended up being Detroit's only touchdown in that game. And then last week, another like circus catch by Tesla. So, hey, man, you pair that up with David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs in the backfield, who can catch out of the backfield and run the ball effectively. It's a dangerous, dangerous weapon that Detroit just added. All right, we got Baltimore. The ball was down in the end zone, so Baltimore going to have some decent field position here at the 20. All right, Lamar under center here. Hands it off. Oh, play action. Throws to the right. Finds his tight end, Andrews, and all the way down to the 39 are the Baltimore Ravens. Man, they had me on that one. I thought they were going to hand it off to Derek for sure. But just a nice little, kind of like a little corner route there, shallow corner route by Andrews, and goes off for about 18 or 19 yards. We got 1st and 10. Ball at the 39. Lamar under center. And they got, looks like Aiden Hutchinson jumping off sides there. So Lamar and the Ravens will say thank you for the free 5 yards, and it'll be 1st and 5. Ball at the 34. All right, Lamar under center. Tight end in the fullback position. Derrick Henry back there, man. It's going to be another play action. See if they can hit him again. Nope. Hand off to Derrick Henry to the right side, and he's going to get just past the first down, gain of about 6 down near the 50. Yeah, these are two teams, man. They don't have to throw if they don't want to. They have the back or the backs to just keep it on the ground almost the entire drive. I think both of these offensive lines are better run blockers than they are pass blockers. They showed that last year, and I think so far this season it's been more so that case. All right, Lamar in the shotgun, 2 receivers to the left. Hands off to, no, he's going to keep this one. Bounces it inside to the 44 and will slide down near the 36. Just a great move there by Lamar. Right at the line, it looked like he was going to bounce it outside. Then, boom, cuts it up. Woo! Making 2 guys miss. Just a sharp cut, man. Yeah, got it past the 45. I think he just slipped right at the 37. All right. 5 receiver set. Lamar alone in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the right side. Pressure up the middle. Gets it out to Andrews, who's across the 30 down to the 29. And that'll set up a 2nd and 2 for Baltimore here. And this is what you want with Lamar, man. When he has to hold the ball, it's one thing when he can run, he can do that really well. And let's see here. David, what's going on? Oh, sorry, Captain Mickey Mouse. Says an hour and 24 minutes for Baltimore yesterday. Oh, okay, not too bad. And David, let's go, cheesecake. Let's go. Hey, welcome, guys. I appreciate you being here. Lamar fakes the handoff. And actually, no, he's going to hand it off to Derrick Henry. Man, dude, Lamar is just so darn good at that, man. It only gains 1 yard for Derrick Henry. So 3rd and 1 coming up. Their play may be delayed into Baltimore. Oh, no. All right, we got David. Here we go. Did I miss any pick sixes or ball or spin moves? Not yet, my dude. Not yet. No. I told both of these teams they have to wait until David gets here before that we start doing some spin moves or pick sixes. And so far, they respected our wishes. Handoff up the middle. Derrick Henry to the 25, 20, 15, 10. 5, touchdown! Derrick Henry with a touchdown. Let's freaking go. Woo! Oh, no. Oh, no, it's a flag, but it's on Detroit, so the touchdown will stand, baby. Woo! Big man rumbling. The big man is rumbling. Whose plane might be delayed into Baltimore? I think he's talking about the Ravens plane. Oh, sorry, not the Ravens, Detroit's plane. There we go. Yeah, just a handoff up the middle, and then just nobody, and I mean nobody, on that left side to make sure that Derrick Henry couldn't bounce it to the left. That was a cold cut to the left there. Kick is up right down the middle, man. All right, man. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns, man. This is going to be a freaking fun game. We got 5:40 still left in the first. Let's go. All right, man. David, who you rooting for in this game, man? Are you going for Detroit, or are you actually going to be rooting for Baltimore here? Let me know. It's because it's a place where Air Force One was, and plus there's a huge lineup for our rivals using the 22. Oh, okay. Captain Mickey Mouse. I don't know how you know so much, man, but I do appreciate you. The knowledge, man. The knowledge. I can see the Lions players on the field. I am pretty sure their plane arrived. No, I think he said that it was just going to be delayed to possibly coming in tonight or something like that. That might be the case. All right. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, so Jair Alexander once again is not playing in this game. He's been basically one of their number one corners here, starting corners I should say, over the first 2 weeks. Man, he had a rough week 1, actually a rough fourth quarter in week 1. That was a tough one to see with Ja. But I feel like he bounced back pretty well in week 2. But then I can't remember if he got injured near the end of that game or if he ended up getting injured a little during practice. But I think he picked up something in that game. But yeah, man, it should be a freaking fun game, man. 2 great offenses and 2 defenses that have playmakers all over the field. Caught at the 2, Detroit to the 15, to the 20, 25, 30, and he will fall forward down to the 33. Very similar position from their opening kickoff return. There you go. Baltimore with some consistency. All right, Detroit has the ball officially. Whoa, what is happening? Okay. What the heck? Okay. Sorry, the my local broadcast here is messed up the game here for a second, but there we go. It was a backwards pass for Detroit, and it's going to lose some big yardage. So I think it actually was just slightly a. So yeah, so backwards pass. They lost 9 yards. So 2nd and 19 coming up here. Handoff to Jameer. He's gonna bounce into his own guy, and he's gonna be right at the line of scrimmage. Man, he almost lost some big yardage on that one again. Yeah, he was trying to bounce it to the outside, to the right side there, and his offensive lineman got hit back into him. He bounced back like 6 yards, but that speed to be able to get to the edge and minimize the loss of yardage. All right, so we got 3rd and 19 here for Detroit. Goff in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the left side. Running back to his right, takes the snap. Pressure, gets it out to Jahmyr Gibbs on the screen. He's to the 25, to the 30, and that's where he will be brought down. Good defense by Baltimore, man. Fourth and 11 coming up here for Detroit. Cam, Derrick Henry is him. Yes, he is, man. Derrick Henry is. I think we talked about this in week 1, man. The fact that the Titans thought he was done, big mistake. Caught at the 15, to the 20, and brought down to the 26. And that is Vaki with a tackle. Decent return for Baltimore, man. But Cam, how you doing, brother? How you doing? Good to see you, man. How was your weekend? My weekend was good. Heck yeah, man. Right on, right on. So I like to hear. David, I picked the Lions to win, but if not for them, Dahlia might send me strongly worded letters, and I shake her and shake her fist. A hotly look of desertion. So go Ravens. Oh, okay. Yeah, man, you don't want to mess with Dahlia, man. She'll come after you. Why would you ever pick against the Ravens? I mean, right now Cam is he's speaking the truth. Obviously, I'm pulling for the Ravens, man. I'm like as a Lamar fan, but also as a Packer fan. We got a we need Detroit to lose here, man. We did not play well yesterday. It was so bad that I wish the game never existed. But yeah, man. Obviously the Bears won, the Vikings won. The Packers cannot be the only team in the NFC North to not win this week, man. Come on, we need Detroit to be right there with us. All right, looks like we're coming back here from the commercial break. We got 3:16 left in the first. Detroit was the first team to score, and they're also the first team to punt. Let's see what Lamar and this Ravens offense can do. Usually, Baltimore does really well at the beginning of games, typically. They typically are a fast starting team. It's typically at the end of the games where they might struggle, especially defensively. So let me know if I'm wrong, Cam. Let me know. You've watched significantly more games with Baltimore than I have, so let me know if I'm wrong. Lamar, play action, looking, dumps it underneath, and Andrews. Oh, actually, no, that is Kohler, number 88, the backup tight end. Nice gain of about 6 or 7 there for the Ravens. Jair actually making me mad right now. Yeah, well, the good news for you, Jair is out for the game. He's inactive. I think they said something about a knee injury. All right, Lamar in the shotgun, 3 receivers to the right. Handoff up the middle, and Derrick Henry gets stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Thanks for the support, David. Dude, nearly 19 miles per hour, man. To be that big, think what is Derrick Henry like 245, 250? And he's running 19 miles an hour. That's it's ridiculous, man. All right, we got 3rd and 3. Ball at the 34. Lamar in the shotgun, running back to his left. Sends receiver in motion. Looking, throws to the left, and not on the same page as his receiver. And that's going to be a quick 3 and out for Lamar and Baltimore here, man. I think he was trying to get it to Justice Hill, man, the backup running back. All right, punt is away. It's going to be a good one. Backing up all the way inside the 5 to the 10 and taken down at the 7, but it looks like we have a flag. It came very early on the return, so we'll see what it is. And this one is actually going to be on Detroit holding. Half a distance to the goal, so it's going to be inside the 5 for sure. All right, man. This is a battle. Each first possession for both teams, man, ended in a touchdown. The second possessions, punt. It's going to be a nice back and forth here tonight. All right, well, we're on commercial break here. Let's look at around the league. Who are some undefeated teams, man? I think there's about 5 left. So we got the Bills, we got the Chargers at the top of the AFC. Did not think that would be happening. And then we also have the Indianapolis Colts, another team that I did not think would be at the top of their division, undefeated after 3 weeks. Philadelphia, San Francisco somehow undefeated, and Tampa Bay. Yeah, so the AFC North and the NFC North are the only divisions in football without an undefeated team at this point. Yeah, who is the best undefeated team at this point? Philly, even though that defense has been shaky at times, sometimes that offense doesn't can't really move the ball. But yeah, I think it would have to be Eagles, Bills, Colts. Then it would go Tampa Bay, Chargers. Maybe you flip those last two there. I don't know. The Chargers have looked a little bit better offensively at times, but their defense still, I don't know. I don't trust it, man. I trust Tampa's defense more than I trust the Chargers' defense. All right, here. We're back. First and 10, Goff under center, ball at the 2. And they're going to hand it off to David Montgomery, and he'll get it down near the 7-yard line. All right, Goff under center here, ball at the 6, hand off to David Montgomery, and he'll be brought down for a loss of 2, but we do have a flag on the field here. The laundry's coming out, man. The laundry is coming out early. It's a illegal formation on the Lions, man. You can't do that. You can't do that. Yeah, Baltimore is just all over the running game right now, man. All right, we got 3rd and 7, ball at the 5. Goff in the shotgun, running back to his right. Looking, throws over the middle, and he finds Sam Laporta for a big first down. Out across the 15. I don't know, man. That might have been offensive PI, but Goff under center, single back in the backfield. Williams in motion, and all right, no play. That'll be the end of the first here, man. This one went quick. Yeah, man, less than 35 minutes in that first quarter. Real time. All right, now that we looked at some undefeated teams, let's look at some winless teams. Uh, AFC East has a lot. They got the Jets and the Dolphins, both winless at this point in the season. The Jets are yesterday they blocked a field goal. They returned it for a touchdown, and they had the lead very late in the game. And I think it was Aaron Glenn, man. He was like just jumping up and down, man, just like so excited. And then just slowly but surely, um, Tampa Bay just started moving the ball down the field with very little time left. And you just see the look on Aaron Glenn's face just change from just complete elation to just a slow but sure. They're like, oh my God, just a small realization, little bit by little bit, that they were just going to lose this one again. And yeah, dude, that was painful to watch, man. Then obviously we saw the Dolphins on Thursday. That was a tough one. The Browns beat the Packers, so they're 1-2. Titans and Texans, another division with two winless teams at this point. Like, you can understand the Titans, but what is the Texans' excuse, man? That's a rough one for them. Giants we saw last night, and the Saints. That's a team that's still trying to get their franchise back in order. Goff under center, play action, looking, dumps it underneath to David Montgomery. He's going to get a block. He's to the 20, to the 25, and a first down for the Lions. Yeah, Montgomery is an underrated back, man. He's a little bit slipperier than you would think. Goff play action, needs to move. He's going to run up, and he will slide after a gain of about 5. It'll be 2nd and 5. Ball at the 33. Goff under center. They got 3 guys in the backfield there. It's going to be a pitch to Jameer to the left, and he will be taken down. Sorry, run out of bounds, actually, for a loss of about 3. Yeah, it was a little toss to the left side. He had David Montgomery and Laporta blocking for him as basically like lead fullbacks. But Jameer just could not get anything up. He could just not get up the field, man. Baltimore doing a great job of pursuing. 3rd and 8. Goff in the shotgun, running back to his left. 3 receivers on that right side. Takes the snap. Looking over the middle. Finds Sam Laporta wide open again. It's going to be a gain of at least 13 or 14 yards. Yeah, man. Laporta looking strong early in this game. All right, we got Goff under center. Single receiver to the left, single back in the backfield. Ball at the 43. Hand off to David. He's patient and unfortunately not going to get any positive yardage right at the line. I got to give it to Baltimore, man. They have looked great early in this game against the run. Doesn't matter if it was Jahmyr Gibbs or David Montgomery. They've been able to stop both of them with some frequency. All right, we got Goff under center. Pitch to David. He's going to cut upfield down the seam to the 50, and he will be very close to the first down, about 9.5 yards on the run. By far the biggest run of the night for Detroit. Yeah, it was just a toss. David cuts it upfield and just picked up nearly 10 yards on that carry. Okay, so maybe they should throw the ball so we have a chance at a pick six happening. I agree, man. Detroit is being selfish right now. Jahmyr Gibbs with the handoff, and he's just going to get the first down. And it'll be 1st and 10, ball at the 46 of Baltimore. All right, Goff in the shotgun. Gibbs to his right. He's got 2 receivers on that left side. Look in. He's got a little bit of time. He's rolling to his right. Throws it to Jahmyr Gibbs, and he'll be close to a first down, but there is a flag on the field. Came from the secondary, so I think this might be on Baltimore. Yep. So it was an illegal contact on Kyle Hamilton. But Laporta has, and he's done this all through this drive, man. He's literally just ramming his face mask into the guy's chest, which I don't think you can do, but all right, it's going to be a run by David Montgomery. He's to the 35-30 and nearly breaks loose, but will pick up the first down. So the penalty was declined because they would have picked up more yardage on the previous play that Gibbs picked up. So that was a 2nd and short, and Montgomery able to pick up really good yardage to get a first down. It'll be 1st and 10, just inside the 30. Montgomery alone in the backfield. Laporta in motion. Goff under center. Hands off up the middle. And Montgomery gets it down near the 20, near another first down. Detroit starting to open things up here, man, in the running game. Just as I was talking about Baltimore doing a great job, the last couple runs just picking up big chunks of yardage. Illegal contact sounds very, I know, right? Sounds a little too suggestive. A little lewd. A little crude. Maybe even a little bit rude. Any George Carlin fans out there? Hand off to the left. Gibbs bounces it out. And he'll pick up about 2 yards down to the 18. All right, they're showing 2nd and 9 here. Once again, jumbo formation. Up the middle to Gibbs. He's to the 15 and will pick up about 7 yards on the run. Setting up a 3rd and short for Detroit. This is a Detroit drive. This is something that they did last year and the year before. Just running the ball, not worrying about passing it. Only passing it when they need to or when they want to. Otherwise, they're just going to use 2 of the best backs in the game to just drive down the field. Goff under center, single receiver to the right. And he's going to go for a QB sneak, and he gets the first across the 10, and it'll be first and goal. Captain Dave, did you know this? You're 2 away from 100. I did, man. I did. Yeah, man. We're close to 100 subscribers, man. We're getting there, man. We are getting there. But yeah, if you guys are new to the channel, if anybody's watching that you're new to the channel, please make sure you leave a like and subscribe, man. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers before October, man. That's the big milestone we're trying to get throughout this early part of the season. Jahmyr Gibbs with a catch down the seam, and will pick up almost enough to get into the end zone. Woo! It's a big hit by Starks there to stop Gibbs. But yeah, Gibbs started out in the backfield just to the left of Goff. Basically like a little angle route. Basically taking it up the field, cutting it inside. Basically right up the left seam. Goff hits him in stride. And Gibbs able to get it just around the 1. All right, jumbo set here for the Lions. Goff in the shotgun, hands it off to Montgomery, and what's the word? We got one referee signaling a touchdown. All right, we'll see. All right, the word is right now it is a touchdown, and yes, crossed just enough of the plane. Woo! That was a great effort by Montgomery, man. He got met just before the line, but then just kept those legs churning just enough. Yeah, dude, that was a Detroit drive if I've seen one. David, you're definitely close. Sistra Sevenya. No, I'm kidding. Good morning, buddy. How you doing? Good morning, man. Good to see you. How you doing? How's your Monday going? And the extra points by Bates is good. There we go. All right, man. Detroit retakes the lead here, 14-7. Woo, we got 6 people watching, man. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. Thank you. Please make sure you leave a like and subscribe, man. Please. It helps out the channel immensely. Also helps out the video as well. But regardless, man, I appreciate you guys being here. Yeah, I talked about this game. I think I even have it in the little details of the video, man. This could be like a game of the year candidate, man. Like it's got everything. It's got all the ingredients of it. Everything. High profile coaches. Obviously a Super Bowl winning coach in Harbaugh. He got superstars at the quarterback position, superstars at the running back position, some big receiver names, defenses with reputation of being very difficult to beat on a consistent basis. Man, yeah, dude. And also primetime game. Perfect. Everything that you need. So far, we're getting a really dang good game. David, good morning, Aldo. Yeah, but I think Seastrom he's been on a kick of good morning the last couple of weeks. Bates kicking this one away. Baltimore catches it around the 6 to the 15 to the 20, 25, 30, 40, 45, and taken down finally near midfield down to the 49 of Baltimore, man. Holy cow. Big return. Woo! And that was Rasheen Ali, man. The 5th round pick out of Marshall. Let's frickin' go. Frickin' huge return. Lamar hands it off up the middle, and it'll be a good gain across the 50 down to the 47 of Detroit. All right, we got 5:35 left in the first half. Second and 6. Single receiver to the right side. Lamar in the shotgun with a running back in motion to the left. Lamar is going to run, take off, and he will pick up nothing on the QB scramble, man. Detroit ready for that one. Got to give it to Jake Bates, man. He was the only guy that really had a chance at bringing down Ali. And not only did he slow him down, he brought him down too. So, heck of a job by the kicker, man. Even kickers can be people at times as well. Lamar in the shotgun takes the snap, pressure, rolling, throws, and first down catch by Rashad Bateman. Nice little tiptoe catch down the left sideline. Woo! Dang good throw by Lamar, too. All right, Lamar in the shotgun, running back to his right. Play action, looking, throws deep down the left. He's got a man inside the 5, and that's a first and goal coming up for Baltimore. Woo! Dude, that ball exploded out of the hands of Lamar. He saw that one coming up right away. That was a predestinated throw, man. They knew they probably had the look that they wanted. All Lamar needed to do was just have enough time. It's going to be handoff to Derrick Henry, and he'll get it down to the 1. Gain of 3. And that was number 81, Devontae Walker, with a huge catch. 4th round pick out of North Carolina. All right, Lamar hands it off again to Derrick Henry, and he will be stuffed up again. I think he picked up maybe half a yard. So we got 3rd and goal coming up. Lamar looks frustrated. Yeah, dude, 2 Derrick Henry runs inside the 5, and they got only about 3 yards to show for it. All right, man, we have reached the 2-minute warning here in Baltimore. Ravens knocking on the door to try to tie this one up before the half. All right, looks like we're coming back here from the break. All right, we got a 3rd and goal. This is gonna be an interesting one. If they don't get it, if you're Baltimore, do you kick the field goal because you get the ball to start the second half? Let's check it out. Lamar tossing it to the right, and Henry does not get it. Stopped right at the line, maybe lost half a yard on the toss to the right. Wow, man. All right, Lamar is going for it here. 4th and goal. Takes the snap. And he's going to run. And he fumbles. And it's recovered at the 20. And Baltimore turns the ball over on downs. Wow. Wow. That is correct, Seastrom. Wow is correct. I thought he was going to just throw the ball. I would have. I would have been like, all right, man. We got 1:22 left in the half, and Detroit with a huge goal line stand just before the half. Feel a little bit better for picking the Lions. David on downs, but then they gotta get him backed up. Exactly too. Yeah, the fumble. It's like it's one thing if you get stuffed at the 1. We've seen it many times where like, hey, the offense is backed up so close to their line, they're gonna have to punt it away. You're gonna probably get maybe good field position to start your next drive. But no, man, after the fumble, they're gonna get the ball. It basically was a touchback. That's basically what it was. Wow. I think I picked the Lions. I have to double check that actually. There you go, man. David, you're 100% right. Would have been more productive to just take a knee or kick a field goal. Yeah. And like I said, that was the question. If you decide to kick the field goal, you're gonna get the ball to start the second half. Maybe you can double dip, still take the lead. But don't get me wrong, I get it. I get why they went for it, but man, it was a. If I was Lamar, I get it. You don't want to just chuck it into the end zone because you never know what could happen. But just chuck it into the end zone. You never know what could happen. Like there's at least 2 or 3 Baltimore players there. Just kind of chuck it up a little bit and maybe throw a little bit of a floater and see if your guys can be aggressive and get to the ball. Yeah, like he had Rashad Bateman in front of his defender, man. I would have just chucked it towards him. Worst that happens is you get picked off and it goes to the 20. It's already fourth down. Oh, and that was after a great return by Ali as well. All right, Detroit at their own. At their own 20. Yeah, 2 receivers to the right side. Goff in the shotgun, takes the snap. Rolling throws to his left and unable to connect with Jameer Gibbs. There is going to be a flag on the field, though. And that's going to be on Baltimore. Marlon Humphreys with illegal contact. I'm not 100% right. I happen to be left-handed. Just say, oh, there we go. So what do you think? 98 left, 2% right, or what? All right, we got Goff looking, rolling to his left, and just going to chuck this one away again. All right, man. Baltimore's defense, man, trying to get to Goff. They've been moving him out of his spot a decent amount throughout this game. Outside of that first drive, where he had probably a little bit too much time, where he hit Williams twice for some big yardage, Goff has had to kind of move from the pocket quite a bit. All right, we got 2nd and 2. Ball at the 25. Goff in the shotgun, running back to his left. Pressure immediately coming from that blind side. Owe. And right now the play is running, and they're saying there's nothing going on right now. Officials are looking at each other. They told the play. They looked like it was a forward pass. Yeah, I don't know what the heck that. I don't know. I don't understand what the question is. Yeah, I understand they let the play go, but that was clearly an incomplete pass. So, all right. 3rd and 10 after the incomplete pass by Jared Goff. Once again, Owe literally came from the left side completely unblocked. Goff barely able to get that one away. 3 receivers on the right side. Goff in the shotgun. Quick throw to St. Brown, and he will be right back at the line of scrimmage, man. The question is, to be or not to be? Shakespeare in the chat room. Punt is away, nearly blocked Baltimore gets it around the 30, and he will be dropped at the 41. 56 seconds left. We do have a flag on the return. It's going to be on Detroit. Holding. All right, man. Baltimore is going to have some really good field position when we come back. Again, 56 seconds left in the half. I'm a little surprised Detroit didn't run the ball, burn down the clock, just in case. Yeah, um, that probably would have been the smart thing to do, especially after the second down play where you nearly got sacked. But we know Dan Campbell likes to be aggressive, man. I mean, there's a guy that has a reputation for probably being a little bit too aggressive. Fake punts, going for it on fourth down on his own side of the field. So yeah, I'm not too surprised, but I think it would have probably been a smart thing to do, especially when you don't get the ball to start the second half. The last thing you want to do is give Baltimore a chance to, even if it's a field goal, you don't want them to double dip, at the end of the first half and then be able to score at the beginning of the second. But I think I said this last year quite a bit. Detroit, their identity, they're consistent with their identity. They like to be aggressive as much as possible. They like to just go, go, go. They want to dictate the pace. They want to dictate the way that the game is played, and they're not going to be afraid of going for it. So, oh yeah, there's the hold. All right, with that penalty, they are in Detroit territory. Ball at the 49. Lamar in the shotgun. Single receiver to that right side. Looking. Lamar breaks the pocket. He's to the 45, to the 40, to the 35, and will be run out of bounds right around the 35. So we got 48 seconds left. Baltimore has 2 timeouts left. Woo. Dang, dude. Number 4 was booking it. Trying to bring down Lamar. All right. Lamar in the shotgun. Tight end to his right. He's got some time. Stays in the pocket. He's going to hit break. He's going to run. And finds somebody down the field that is Justice Hill for a gain of about 4 or 5. Holy cow. That was a lot of time for not that much yardage. 10 seconds off the clock. I don't double dip. I just enjoy fun dip candy as a kid. We sometimes got them at the pool. Ooh. Fun dip. Fun dip. Have I ever had fun? I don't think I've had fun dip. No. I had remember the little crackers with the cheese? I had those. Oh, those are, pretty sure that was not real cheese, man, but they were so good. Lamar with the snap. Throws to the left, and he finds, was that in bounds? That was in bounds. DeAndre Hopkins with a toe tapping catch. at the left sideline there. Woo! I gotta give it to Hopkins, man. That was clean. He got it to the 19 there, just inside the 20. Baltimore with the first down. Lamar in the shotgun, running back to his right. Single receiver to that left side. Throwing it down the left and trying to get it to Hopkins, and it's going to be, I think it's going to be on the penalty on Terrion Arnold. Working on DeAndre Hopkins there. All right, so it'll be first and goal after the penalty. Looked like there was a little bit of a confusion there for Baltimore, but they're lined up. Lamar under centers. Henry in the backfield, play action. And he finds a wide open receiver. That is Rashad Bateman, just alone to the left side of the end zone, man. Right at the goal line. And Baltimore, man. You said it earlier, man. You said it earlier. David, you were correct, man. They probably should have, Detroit should have ran the ball. Killed some clock. Ooh, a little zig route by Bateman. Looked like he was running either a shallow cross over the middle of the field or like a little slant route. And then a couple steps in, reverses field right to the left sideline, right at the goal line, wide open. And Loop, the kicker, Fruit Loops. There we go. That's his nickname. Fruit Loop gets the extra point and ties it all up here. 24 seconds left in the first half. And we are all tied up, baby. 14 all. Oh, they got Jason Kelce on the sacks. Let's go. Dude, I love that Baltimore has a live band on the sidelines. I love that, man. That's some old school feel right there, like college, old school, like, 50s, 60s, 70s NFL. I like that. And the return is going to be across the 30, down to the 33 is Raymond. Haha, Fruit Loops. There you go, man. Everybody needs a nickname, dude. Everybody needs a nickname. That's the one thing I wish the NFL did, like they did back in the day, man. We need some nicknames. All right. Goff in the shotgun, looking, throws it underneath, and it'll be good for about 4 yards. I think Detroit is going to use a timeout here to stop the clock at around 13 seconds. All right, man. Detroit, they are still staying aggressive, man. They're trying to get the ball down the field. All right, 2nd and 6 here. Goff in the shotgun. Single receiver to the right side. Quick throw underneath. And that's going to be good for about another 3 yards. That is St. Brown with a catch. I got a nickname for you. Joe, get off my TV, Buck. You know what? Weirdly enough, that actually kind of goes together, man. There's like a rhythm to it, like a choppiness to it. Joe, get off my TV, Buck. David, you got something there, man. I don't know if you meant it like that, but there's good rhythm to that nickname. I'll take it. We can do that. All right, Detroit used their second timeout here. They're at their own 40. They probably need to get it at least to the 45 of Baltimore to try to get a field goal here. 7 seconds left. And now Baltimore uses their second timeout. See, these teams know how hard I work on these circles. And they're like, you know what? We got to give Dave a chance to use these circles, man. All right, let's call it. This a couple timeouts here. Back to back. All right, we got 3rd and 3, ball at the 40. Goff in the shotgun with a running back to his left. We got 3 receivers on that right side. Baltimore only has 3 guys on the line. Throws it underneath, slides, and will get it down to the 48. That is St. Brown with a nice catch. All right, man. In comes Jake Bates. His career long is 50. Oh, actually, no. Hold on. Oh, yeah, they are. Okay. So this is his career long is 58 yards. This one I'm pretty sure is about 66. This attempt is going to be from 66, I think. All right. Trying to get the official word here. So they just showed Bates drilling a 60-yarder before during pre-games, and it was probably good for him at least another 3 to 5 yards. This would be a 67-yarder. This would be an NFL record if he makes it. All right, man, we could be seeing history here tonight. It's straight enough, and no! Oh, it just veered to the left. It had the distance. Woo! It just kept on drifting. Sorry, to the right, actually. It just kept on drifting to the right, but it had the distance. Oh, man. We nearly saw the longest kick in NFL history. Woo. And the serendipity, if that would have happened, because the longest kick in the NFL is held not only by Justin Tucker, who was a Baltimore Raven for almost 15 years, but he actually broke that record back in 2021 against Detroit in Detroit. So if Jake Bates would have made a 67 yarder against Baltimore in Baltimore, that would have been just a great little, just a little great piece of history trivia right there. All right, let's look at some halftime stats. Why don't we? Why don't we? All right, we got Jared Goff, 14 of 17, a buck 35 through the air, no touchdowns, no picks. David Montgomery, 7 for 31, a touchdown, and Jameer Gibbs having a rough game, 11 carries for just 19 yards, but he does have the one touchdown. Jamison Williams, 2 for 43. Jameer Gibbs, 4 for 29 through the air. Sam Laporta, 2 for 24, 2 first downs on those catches. And Amon-Ra St. Brown, 4 catches, 22 yards. Jack Campbell does have the only sack, I believe, of the game. And we got Lamar, 8 of 9, pretty efficient, 98 yards, 1 touchdown, no picks. And Derrick Henry, 8 for 41 and a touchdown. Lamar also has tacked on 25 yards on three runs himself. Devontae Walker, 1 for 34. Mark Andrews, 2 for 27. And Rashad Bateman, 2 for 13. And the 1 touchdown for Baltimore. All right, Detroit, 15 first downs to Baltimore's 10. Detroit, 4 penalties to Baltimore's 1. And Detroit nearly has twice as many minutes of possession than Baltimore. It is 1948 to 10-12, man. So Detroit controlling the game so far on the clock. And you can see that with the plays too, man. Detroit has run 38 plays to Baltimore's 21. Is that correct? Yeah. Dude, holy cow, man. Once again, this is a game I expected a lot from, and so far it has not disappointed. So the one thing I think right now that Baltimore needs to work on is kind of reestablishing their run defense. Because when they were able to really stop Detroit here was when they were able to keep those running backs in check. When Detroit can run the ball, man, they are such a tough team to stop. And honestly, it's the other way as well. Once if Derrick Henry can kind of get going, typically Lamar tends to have a really good game in the passing game, even if he's not throwing as much. He may not be getting 300 yards if Derrick is having a good game, but he typically will be very efficient, just kind of like how he's being now. He only has one incomplete pass. That's as many touchdowns as he has thrown as well. I think for both of these defenses, they gotta start putting pressure on these quarterbacks. Both Lamar and even Jared Goff has been able to kind of move in and out of the pocket pretty comfortably for the most part. I did see this Baltimore defense starting to put a little bit more pressure on Jared Goff, especially just before they had to punt it away to the Ravens there that set up their final touchdown. So you're starting to see some of that coming through. I think they really need to start moving Jared Goff off of his spot, which I think we talked about earlier. But if they can continue to do that, eventually, whether Goff throws a pick or not, I think you're starting to see him throw more incompletions than he probably would want. And if you can also slow down that running game, you're going to be able to start controlling the games, starting to control the time of possession and things like that. We need spin moves and pick sixes. Yes, we do. I agree with you, man. 100%. Like, I don't know which one I'll take. Like, if all we get is spin moves, I won't be too mad at it. I wish we would have a little bit of a balance of both. But, if we're only going to get one, maybe some spin moves here and there wouldn't be too bad. Man, I'm just looking at some highlights here, man. Dude, there were some blowouts this week. Some big, huge, just massive blowouts. Yeah, and Aaron Rodgers passed Brett Favre there on the all-time list. Dang. That's how old. That's how old I am, man. I remember seeing Rodgers throw his first NFL touchdown on live television. I think it was a Monday night game. It was the Packers against Dallas. Brett Favre got knocked out of the game just before the half. He was literally throwing a ball, and then he got just like basically just drilled into the ground. And Rodgers threw his first touchdown. I think it was just to the right seam. It was like in the red zone, and I think it was to Greg Jennings who like dove for the goal line to give Rodgers his first career touchdown. That was back in 2007, man. Holy cow. Yeah, that was kind of like the first time you started to like. Some people were talking to like, all right, man, maybe this kid can play in the NFL because at that point we had seen very little of the guy from Cal, man, Aaron Rodgers, barely played. dealt with a lot of injuries early in his career as a backup. I think he broke his foot in his like first or second year. But yeah, man. Now look at Rodgers. Now he's the oldest player in the NFL. Just a crazy person. Doing ayahuasca in the rainforest. Just a wild, wild human being. Yeah, so Baltimore is averaging a little bit more per play here, but once again, they've only run 21 plays. So they've been pretty darn effective throughout this game, man. They've been pretty efficient. I think for Detroit, man, they really need to get some of these receivers involved. I think when Amon Ra and Jamison Williams are catching passes, typically they're catching the ball far down the field, man, just because their route running is so damn precise. And once you get the ball in those guys' hands, man, they can make something happen after the catch. I think if they can start doing that a little bit more, I think you're going to start to see potentially the running game have to. You're gonna see them open up a little bit anyway. I think Jameer Gibbs and David Montgomery, they're two guys that can really wear down a defense over time. And right now, this Baltimore defense is dealing with some injuries. They don't have Kyle Van Noy. They're out of with Jair Alexander as well. So, and Medibike also is out for this game as well. So those are some big names for this defense, and I think if Baltimore is going to need to find if they are able to find a way to kind of mitigate some of those gaps that they might have in the defensive side. Once again, slow down the run. They're playing pretty good coverage for the most part, but they got to keep the pressure on Jared Goff and force him to either throw the ball away or try to force something down the field. And then after that, man, you got to take advantage of those throws because Goff does not typically throw some bad passes. He's going to give you one or two throughout the game. But the more pressure you put on him, the more those are gonna come your way. All right, we're coming back here. Let's go. Yeah, man, some freaking football. These half times, man, sometimes they're too long, man. When you got two really good teams, I just wish the halftime would be like, like 5 minutes and let's go. Come on, let's get these teams back on the field. All right, the kick is away. Baltimore going to return this one to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, 25, and down near the 28. David, name. Big name, big name. Big, 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 big name. All right, we got first and 10, ball at the 27. Lamar in the shotgun, three receivers on that left side, running back to his right. Play action. Looking. Dumps it underneath to Henry. He gets to the 30 and will bring it down near the 34. Pickup of about 7. Baltimore's been doing a great job of slowing down Aiden Hutchinson, man. He has been basically a non-factor. Lamar under center, handoff to Henry, and he will be close to a first down, gain of 3, and we got 3rd and inches coming up. All right, we got Lamar under center here. Fakes the handoff over the middle, and he is nearly intercepted. Brian Branch had the ball in his hands, and it just slid right out of his possession, man. Dude, that was a perfect undercut of that route. Damn, dude, Brian Branch is too good of a player, man. It's annoying. Yeah, he basically like just peeled off of his own guy to just undercut the route. Quick throw to the left, and that is Mark Andrews with a nice catch, gain of about 3 down to the 45. It'll set up a 3rd and about medium for Baltimore. Lamar seems frustrated tonight, more than usual. Usually he's usually smiling, having a pretty good time, but like tonight, man, there's been some clear frustration. I don't know if it's the game or the play calls, but yeah, he doesn't seem to be pleased with what's going on. All right, takes the snap in the shotgun over the middle, finds, I believe that is going to be Zay Flowers, maybe there. And that is Zay Flowers with his first catch of the night, man. There you go. First down ball at the 49 of Detroit. Brian Branch on the tackle. Under center, 2 receivers on the right side. Derrick Henry gets a handoff up the middle, and he'll get it across the 45 down to the 44. All right, Lamar under center, single receiver to the left side. Play action over the middle, wide open is Kohler, the backup tight end, and he lunges forward down to the 26 in another Baltimore first down. Dude, that was a nice little play action. As soon as he hit that back foot on the drop, get it out, get it to your tight end, give him some time so he can get the ball upfield. Says after replay, the ball will be spotted to the 29. So they're moving the ball back 3 yards. All right, Jackson under center, single back in the backfield. I believe that is Justice Hill. Zay Flowers in motion. Lamar finds somebody down the field, down to the 10, and that is Mark Andrews. Freaking old, reliable there. Woo! Just a little jump ball, man. I like it. Get it to your playmakers, man. Brian Branch was on the coverage as well. Yeah, dude, that is just two great players just going at it, man, and one of them is going to have to win. Toss to the right. Henry throws into the end zone, and he's nearly intercepted by Reed. The former Jet nearly got a pick off of Derrick Henry. So it was a little pitch to the right. Derrick Henry started squaring up, tossed it, trying to get it to Tylan Wallace. It'd be crazy if it had a 99-yard pick six here. I'll be saying that, man. Kim is going to lose his mind if that happens. Lamar scrambling, and he's going to be taken down for a sack back at the 14. And for the second time tonight, Detroit gets to Lamar in the backfield. And he had some time, man. I think, it looks like Aiden Hutchinson was the first guy to collapse the pocket, forcing Lamar to roll to his right. And that was a big number 96, able to bring him down. Lamar in the shotgun, running back to his left. Quick throw to the right, and touchdown! Baltimore. Mark Andrews with an incredible diving catch right near the pylon, man. Woo! And there we go, man. Baltimore double dipping, scoring before the half and coming out of the second half with a big touchdown. Mark Andrews working on Anzalone, the linebacker. A little bit of a mismatch there. 11 plays, 73 yards, a little over 6 minutes taken up on the clock. Extra point is good. Fruit Loops makes it 21-14 for Baltimore. Damn good job by Lamar and this Baltimore offense to respond after getting sacked on the previous play. Delivering a heck of a ball. Mark Andrews once again diving basically near that front pylon and just securing the catch, man. Let's go. Baltimore with, I believe, their first lead of the day. Let me see here. David, my cousin, my wife has a cousin named Dave in Baltimore area who is a Ravens fan. Useless information. Hey, man, it's always good to know that there are more Daves in the world. That is never a useless information. All right, us Daves, we got to stay strong. All right, we got to lead the world into a brighter future. All right. In my opinion, there's always anytime something good in the world has happened, there's usually been a Dave somewhere nearby. You know, maybe not directly the head of the movement, but typically somewhere around there. There's always a Dave somewhere around, even like a block away. That counts. Go Fruit Loops. There you go. Wait, Foot Loops? Because he kicks with his foot? Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe not. We'll keep it the Fruit Loops. We'll keep it a fruit. Fruit Loops. Oh, they're showing some drops here by Mark Andrews during that playoff game against the Bills. I remember that game, man. We streamed it on the channel. That was a rough day for honestly one of the best tight ends in the league for he's been one of the top guys for a long time at this point. I'm trying to think like 6, 7 years for sure. And Loop, his kick does not go into the zone. I think he kicked it just short. So that'll be a penalty on Fruit Loops there. All right, Detroit's going to get the ball at the 40 after that short kick by Loop. And quick throw, and it'll be incomplete over the middle. Jared Goff with pressure in his face. Get it together, Fruit Loops, and kick it into the landing zone. Come on, man. I know. You know what? You know what? We're gonna give Loop a little bit of a, he's a rookie. It's a lesson we all gotta learn. But come on, man, you gotta know. You gotta know. Okay. All right, Jared Goff in the shotgun. Two receivers to the right side. Hands it off to Gibbs. He's gonna bounce it up the middle. 45 and down at the 47. Gain of 7 for Jahmyr Gibbs. That was a heck of a collision. That was a Woozier laying down the hit. All right, we got Goff in the shotgun. Two running backs on each side. Sorry, one running back on each side. Looking. Throws over the middle. Finds his reliable tight end, Sam Laporta. His third catch and his third first down. Sam Laporta, man, he has been efficient. 3 catches, 3 first downs. That was tight coverage as well. Roquan Smith, the former Chicago Bear, on the coverage. Single receiver to the right, Goff under center. Hands it off to Jahmyr Gibbs, who cuts it up the middle to the 40 and will be very close to a first down run. Jahmyr Gibbs looks like he is finally getting loose, man. He's trying to get some big runs here. Let me see here. Call it Power Man 5000 hit, because that is what it looks like when worlds collide. That was a tough hit, man. And Jahmyr Gibbs with another carry up the middle. This one, I think, is going to be good enough for the first down. It was a maybe half a yard that he needed, and he got that half a yard. All right, we got about 6 minutes left here in the third. Goff under center. Toss to the right. Montgomery throws it back to Goff. Lateral, and he finds St. Brown down the field inside the 20, down to the 18, and a first down for Detroit. All right, man, a little trickery. Toss to the right. David throws it back to Goff. Was that a forward pass? It was not. And then Goff chucking it down the field. First and 10, ball at the 18. Goff under center. Sends Brown in motion. Throws it to the right, and touchdown! Amon-Ra St. Brown with a beautiful catch. Woo! Let's go, man. Oh, we got a good game here tonight, baby. We got ourselves a heck of a game. Feels like two heavyweights just punching each other. Freaking just throwing haymakers at each other right now, man. Just minus the concussions. Well, almost minus the concussions. See, Strom, let's go Lions. Let's go. I'm rooting for Baltimore, but hey man, good football is good football. You gotta appreciate it. Extra point is good. Bates. Jake Bates makes it 21 all. Damn, that was a good throw. That was a good catch, too. Woo! Dan Campbell is all jacked up on the sidelines, man. He's loving it. Let's freaking go. Woo. David Stegosaurus, let's go burritos. Let's go tomatillos. Dang right, man. You always got, hey, man. Tomatillos, burritos, and don't forget tamales, man. We got to celebrate tamales well, but we still got them. Tamales are the unsung heroes of Mexican cuisine, right? I've yet to have a bad tamale. Let's freaking go. Yeah, man, we're celebrating good football. We're selling great cuisine. Let's go. You know, while we're here, let's throw quesadillas in there, man. Some good quesadillas, man. Ooh. Just saying. All right, man. We got 7 people here watching, man. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you so much. If you're new to the channel, please make sure you leave a like and subscribe. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers before October. We're darn close to that number, man. We're getting there, but we need a little help. So if you're new here, please make sure you like and subscribe. We're trying to do as many games as we can on the channel, man. Packer games, primetime games. If it's on the timesheet and we can get it here on the channel, we will freaking do it. So if that's something that you're interested in, please make sure you subscribe and leave a like on this video. Helps out the video quite a bit. So thank you. And Bates kicking this one away, and it'll go out of bounds, actually. Dude, what is up with these kickers, man? First, Fruit Loops doesn't get it into the landing zone, and now Bates kicking it out of bounds. What the heck is going on out here, man? And Amon-Ra St. Brown with that last touchdown is now third on the Lions' all-time receiving touchdown list. Heck of a career so far for him. Lamar, quick throw to the left, gets it out to Zay Flowers, who will be good for about 6 or 7 yards on that little receiver screen. All right, it'll be 2nd and 3 here. We got Lamar under center, fullback, running back in the backfield. Fakes the handoff, pressure, and Lamar is going to be taken down for a sack back at the 40. His third sack, third time getting sacked tonight. David, I've actually never had tomatillos or tamales. When I hear Jake Bates, I think Bates Motel. Me too. I mean, there's another option, but if there's a family-friendly show no. Yeah, we gotta keep it clean for the kids. I don't know. I'm assuming there's probably some kids around the world. I don't know. I don't think they're watching this video. All right, we got Lamar in the shotgun, running back to his right. Pressure, Aiden Hutchinson putting the pressure on him and trying to get it to Bateman. But it'll be incomplete, and that'll be 4th and 10 coming up. Rice and Beans, as someone with about 20 different Mexican restaurants in the same town, my metric for rating them is always the rice and beans. If they have poor rice and beans, they suck. 100%, my brother. If they're not putting time and effort into the rice and beans, if you get rice and beans and there's no vegetables in the rice and the beans look, well, if you've seen bad beans, you know what it is, man. Like, yeah, man, you gotta put effort into the little things, man. If you put effort into the little stuff, you know that they're doing some good stuff with the rest of it. Seastrom, you know your Mexican food, my friend. I appreciate you. We gotta spread the right information, all right, man. Like, we have a ridiculous amount of Mexican. Hey, I believe it, man. I believe it, because you're from Texas, my dude, right? Oh yeah, I believe it. Refried beans, absolutely, absolutely. Refried beans, baby. Gotta have that beautiful brownish, almost like it sounds weird, almost a brownish gray color to it. But mostly when they're really fresh, they have like almost like a red tint to it, man. But yeah, And it takes effort, man. Refried beans, you gotta cook the beans, and then you gotta, you know, depending on what you have, you gotta do it by hand. You gotta refry them like that, man. But it takes a little bit of time. You gotta make sure that they don't get dry. So you gotta keep the moisture correct. Trust me, man. I made some refried beans in my day, man. Thanks to my mom, man. She showed me how to cook them properly. Yeah, it's simple. The ingredients are simple, but it can take some trial and error to get the right consistency, man. But man, dude, yeah. What style of beans? Black and refried beans. Other refried. Always got to go with the refried, man. It's my culture. I know how to make rice and beans from scratch. Let's go, my brother. Let's go. Absolutely. You got to do it for the culture, man. You got to keep that alive. You got to pass that on. But yeah, dude. Like I grew up with Mexican food, man. It's not Mexican food. It's just food to me. But yeah, man, it's so darn good, man. It's there's nothing that hits quite the same like good Mexican food to me, at least. Yeah, man. Yeah, anytime I visit my mom or she comes to visit me, man, she always brings me some food, man. I think last time she brought me some chicken and mole with some rice as well. Oh, yeah, dude. Like she gave me enough for like I think it was like basically like 4 or 5 days. I'm pretty sure I polished it off after about two, maybe three. It was gone. It was quick. I was eating that thing for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, man. My favorite Mexican restaurant does a chile verde pork burrito with churro beans on the side. Okay, there we go. Anyways, football. This has certainly been a great game to watch. Yes, it has. All right. Sorry, man. I'm starting to get hungry. That's why. All right. All right. Let's talk about some football here. All right. All right. We got Burrito under center. Never mind. We got Goff under center. Running back in the backfield here. Ball at the 4. David with a nice run, and it's going to be good for 11 yards down to the 15. Heck of a job by Montgomery, man. He was just dodging bullets. Ooh. Yeah, man. Montgomery, man. He's got a little wiggle to him, for sure. All right, Goff under center. St. Brown in motion to the left. Single back in the backfield. Ball at the 15. Play action. Looks and trying to get it to St. Brown, but unable to connect. Seastrom, mole is comfort food. Absolutely, brother. Oh, wow. They're out the end zone. Great run. Absolutely, man. Heck yeah. Yeah, Montgomery, man. He's like I said, man. He's underrated. He's a lot quicker than people think. Another nice run to the 15, to the 30, 40, to the 50. David Montgomery down to the 30, 25, 20, 15. And inside the 15 of Baltimore is David Montgomery. Woo! Busting loose. Wow, man. Literally, handoff up the middle, broke a tackle at the goal, right at the line of scrimmage, and then just made a man miss in the secondary, and it was off to the races. Finally, he was taken down from behind. I think that's the one thing Jameer Gibbs for sure 100% has on Montgomery is just that top end speed to break away. Speaking of Gibbs, he gets a carry out across the 10 down to the 7. Detroit, man. Trying to retake the lead. Montgomery, 9 carries, 114 yards, and a touchdown. The guy dove with style, man. He did not catch it, but A plus for the effort, bro. And Seastrom, he's out. Huge run, 72 yards. Wow. Heck yeah, man. Play action. And he dumps it underneath to Laporta, and he's going to be good for about a yard. It was started out at the 8, got to the 7. There we go. All right, it'll be 3rd and 4. They need to get to the 3-yard line for a first down. All right, we got 45 seconds left here in the 3rd. And I think Detroit is going to use a timeout here. It looks like they weren't set. Play clock was running down. Excuse me. So 5 plays, 90 yards, man. Obviously, a big chunk of that came from Montgomery breaking loose for, what was it, 72 yards? All right, Goff under center, single receiver to the right side. Handoff to Gibbs, and he is going to be just shy of the first. That knee just went down about a yard or half a yard shy of the first. So, all right, after this drive, I'll be heading out. Okay, man. Hey, thank you, David. Thank you for popping in here, my dude. I appreciate you, especially on a Monday night. So I'll see you hopefully on Thursday, man. Let me know when you're about to head out, man. All right, that's going to be the end of the 3rd here. Big 4th quarter coming up for this game, man. Detroit knocking on the door, trying to retake the lead here on Monday night. Cliffhanger Thursday, definitely. Hey, there we go. Dave, have you heard Perna say Amon Ra? Oh my God, Jesus, yes. When what was that, like 3 years ago, I think? Perna released that freaking video. That rah 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 that thing lived rent free in my head for probably too many months, to be honest with you. No, David, don't bring that evil in here. Oh my God, yeah, no. Perna is that man has the weirdest brain I've ever seen. When it comes to like football. Yeah, dude, Perna's awesome, man. Just such a weird guy. Like no normal human being is thinking of making that weird edit in that video, but yeah. You know what the worst thing is too? I have St. Brown in my fantasy. I need him to catch either 2 passes for 0 yards or 1 pass for 20. I just need 2 points out of him in PPR. So yeah, so St. Brown is I'm focusing on him a lot tonight because if he does not give me at least 2 points here in the 4th quarter, I am gonna lose for the first time this season. I like Perna, but that one got old fast. I don't know. To me, I liked it, but I'm also a guy that like I like to I like to make jokes. I like to kind of drill jokes until they're kind of dead, in my opinion. And even then, I think they have a second life afterwards. But I also know that not everybody likes that, so I try to refrain. I like to keep jokes going as far as so far that they become ridiculous. So I appreciated that, but I don't want to hear it again. It's too much of an earworm in my opinion. Seastrom, the irony is the only person who annoys me of the bunch is Scooter. Ah. Oh, that's funny. See, man, even Dallas Cowboys fans can't stand each other, man. Sorry, I had to. I had to. All right, we got 4th and 1. Detroit's going for it. Goff under center. Fullback, running back. It's going to be a pitch. Touchdown, Jahmyr Gibbs. And a pitch from St. Brown. Does that count as a passing touchdown for St. Brown? That better. That freaking better. It's good. Ah, dang it. I don't think it's a forward pass. Son of a biscuit. That was a heck of a play, though. So yeah, so Goff handed it off to St. Brown, who was at the in the fullback position, and then as he was about to cut it inside, St. Brown just pitched it like an option play to Jahmyr Gibbs, and literally just Jahmyr just running to that front pylon, and nobody was gonna catch him. And the extra point is good. Detroit retakes the lead here with 14:55 left in the game, up 28-21. Seastrom, no offense, the overlaying of the Cowboys to the point of meaninglessness is part of the issue for me. No offense taken. That is, I gotcha. I gotcha. Yeah, I think Scooter understands that he's being like hyperbolic about it. I think he's in on the joke a little bit, but you know, yeah. To be fair, I think it seems like all the guys seem like decent human beings, which is like I think is it's a, even though that's a low bar to clear, I think I think that's what kind of keeps people kind of going back to them for the most part. They don't seem like a complete wackadoos at this point. So, but yeah, Scooter is a he's a strange cat for sure, man. He's a different breed. But no, man. Dang, dude, this game is just. Dude, I hope Baltimore can give us at least another touchdown or two, man, because I just want to keep this game going. I want this game to keep going. It gets funnier because the one guy in the bunch, oh, hold on, it's going to be returned 15, 20, 25, and out around the 28. It's funny because the one guy in the bunch who watches college football is a Florida guy, one of the interconference rivals of my Aggies. Yeah, yeah. Scooter seems to be like the one guy that is like loves to talk about college football because like I know Tree kind of talks about it, but he's still very much like the rest of the guys. Like Perna and Grassi are big NFL guys. They don't really talk too much about college football. But yeah, man, it's interesting. And Lamar hands it off. No, he keeps it, breaks a tackle, and will pick up about 3 yards across the 25. Actually, across the 30 there. I want a pick six. All right. Well, you got to tell Santa that you want to pick six. All right, man. You got to be a good, got to be a good guy for the rest of the year. All right. Second down, ball at the 31. Lamar rolling to his right and trying to connect with Flowers, and that's going to be incomplete, out of bounds. Yeah, man. Tonight, Lamar seems just slightly off, slightly frustrated. I don't know if it's, like I said, I don't know if it's frustrated with his guys, the play calling. I don't know what's going on. Seems like, or he's just frustrated with himself. I don't know. Lamar just seems a little off today. All right, we got 3rd and 7 here. 3 receivers on that right side. Lamar in the shotgun takes the snap, has some time over the middle, finds Rashad Bateman across the 50 down to the 48 in Detroit territory, and that's a first down for Baltimore, man. Woo! All right, y'all. I have to go. Have a good one. Hey, Seastrom, have a good night, my brother. Appreciate you coming in. I'll catch you in a couple days, man. Have a good one. Ooh, man. Bateman nearly lost that one. All right, 1st and 10. Ball officially at the 49 of Detroit. Lamar under center. Single receiver to the left. It's going to be a pitch to the right. Henry has a little bit of room and will be good for about 2 or 3 yards down near the 46. I keep peeking in at the score and keeps changing. Yeah, these teams are not messing around. Ooh, we got a illegal low block on Detroit, and that's going to be on Brian Branch, personal foul. I don't know, man. I feel like Branch took the brunt of that interaction there. David Stegosaurus, good night. Good night. I'm assuming that's to Seastrom, right? All right, that's actually the first penalty of the second half here. Lamar under center, single back in the backfield. And there's going to be a false start. I think it is going to be on the backup tight end, Kohler. All right, we got 1st and 15, ball at the 37. Lamar in the shotgun, 2 receivers split out to the left. Quick throw to that left side, and once again, not on the same page as his receiver. Hopkins was running basically a deeper route. Lamar thought he was gonna he's gonna kind of take it to the sidelines on a shorter, like a 5 to 7 yard drive route, I should say. It's happened like 2 or 3 times already in this game. Snap. Lamar over the middle, and he finds a wide open Rashad Bateman at the 20, and that is a first down, gain of 16. So far, man, Bateman, I feel like he has been the most reliable target for Lamar tonight. Oh, no, actually, Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews and Bateman. All right, Lamar in the shotguns. Two receivers split out wide. He's going to take off and run, and taken down after just a gain of a yard. And that is DJ Reader with a great tackle, man. The big man, able to bring down one of the most elusive, if not the most elusive, quarterback in the NFL. All right, Lamar in the shotgun, running back to his left. And he's going to take off to run, but he's going to be brought down for a sack. That might be a fumble. And they're saying that the play was blown dead before Lamar lost the ball. And that is Jack Campbell's second sack of the night, man. And I think that is Lamar. I think that's the fourth time Lamar has been brought down for a sack. That was a damn good job by Jack Campbell, man. Like closed in and then just waited for Lamar to make a move. And then just attacked. All right, we got 3rd and 13. Ball back at the 23. Lamar looking, rolling. And he's going to run again and taken down behind the line for another sack. Second one on this drive. 5th of the night. And I talked about it at halftime, man. Both of these teams needed to keep these quarterbacks from just rolling out of the pocket and buying more time, and Detroit is doing that, man. All right, in is Tyler Loop. Fruit Loops in for his first kick, regular field goal of the night. This one from 41. Trying to shrink the lead down to 4, and the kick is no good. Oh, it's good, actually. Never mind. I lied. Unintentionally, but. All right, man. Baltimore has shrunk the lead down to just 4. We got, I think, a little over 9 minutes left in the game. 9:40 left in the game. Woo, man, we got 6 people here, man. Let's freaking go. 6 people on a Monday night, man. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Please make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel, man. Trying to get to 100 subscribers before October. We're close. We're close. But either way, I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. David, Fruit Loops, I thought it was no good from the same thing, man. I literally, to me, it looked like it went wide right, but yeah, it's always kind of tough when it's like dead on to kind of tell. But all right, man. ba ba. Ba da ba ba. Okay. They're re-showing the kick. It just made it in apparently. Also, I think during this fourth quarter, I've been forgetting to move the ball. So sorry about that, guys. Still trying to get used to this thing. All right. To the 20, 25, 30. Spinning his way down to the 35. Hey, we got a little mini spin move here. We will take it. We shall take it. All right. Goff under center, single receiver to the left. Handoff up the middle. And Gibbs good for about 5 on the carry. It's definitely his job to keep track of the football. To be fair to Deli, I think she warned us that she was going to be popping in and out. So I got to be on the ball, literally on the ball. There we go. All right, 2nd and 5, play action, throw it to St. Brown. No, that is Tesla. That's not St. Brown. Throw it to St. Brown. All I need is a catch for 10 yards. That's all I need to win. Come on, give it to me. Goff under pressure on that one. Nearly could have been picked off. All right, we got 3rd and 5 coming up. Goff in the shotgun, running back to his left, and it's going to be a false start on Detroit. The left tackle moving too early. Goff was struggling to get that ball snapped, man. He was clapping his hands for about 3 full seconds. St. Brown with a catch and a spin move. That's what we need. Absolutely. I will take it. Actually, I don't even need a catch in 10 yards. I need a catch in 9 yards. If St. Brown can give me that, a 9-yard catch, I win my fantasy this week. It's getting a little too close for comfort here. Knowing Detroit, they'll be able to hold on to this ball for quite a few minutes here, probably run the ball. And actually, no. The Lions actually use the timeout to avoid the penalty. Goff runs, throws, and that'll be incomplete. Trying to get it to Raymond. That's what you get when you don't throw the ball to St. Brown. All right, it cost you a 1st down. Come on. 4th and 5, 8:42 left in the game. Yeah, Jared Goff, once again, being moved off his spot, and the accuracy was not there. Fox punting this one away. Caught at the 11. Trying to take it to the left. He's to the 20 and taken down at the 21. 10 yards on the return. All right, let me see here. Boom. Yeah, so Montgomery, 9 carries, 114, and a touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs, 18 carries, only 53 yards, but he does have 2 rushing touchdowns on the day, along with 29 receiving yards. So he's been pretty darn effective. And Derrick Henry, after that first drive, man, I think it was 3 carries for 33 yards and a touchdown. Since then, he's carried the ball 8 times for just 17 yards, man. So he's been held in check since that first opening drive for Baltimore. All right, Lamar in the shotgun, hands it off to Derrick Henry. He fumbles the ball. And it's recovered by Detroit inside the 20. And Detroit is on the verge of putting this game out of reach, man. A quick fumble from Derrick Henry. Wow. And that was Aiden Hutchinson coming from behind to knock it out of Derrick Henry's hand. Henry's so frustrated with himself that he slammed his helmet onto like those like sticks where they put their helmets on, and he toppled over. Like anger. And Montgomery running up the middle, and he'll pick up about 3 yards on the carry. Okay, now they better get St. Brown a catch, 2 spin moves, a hurdle, and a touchdown. Absolutely, yes, 100%. Man, dude, that is rough. That is rough. All right, Goff under center here, single back in the backfield, single receiver to the left. Montgomery running, and he gets a first down inside the 5, right down at the 5, I should say. And it's going to be a face mask and... Huh. It's actually going to be on Detroit here, so that'll wipe away... Oh, yeah. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, one of the offensive linemen for Detroit, number 73, just nearly ripping off the head of Urban for Baltimore there. So that penalty will move them all the way past the 25 down near the 28. So for second and 22 coming up for Detroit here. Hand off to Jahmyr Gibbs, and he is going to be taken down after just a gain of a yard. Why are we not throwing the ball to St. Brown? Come on. Just one catch for 9 yards. That's all I need, man. Come on. Give it to me, baby. Come on. All right, Goff under center here. Jahmyr Gibbs to his left. 3 receivers on that left side as well, dude. One-on-one catch. Trying to get it to the rookie, Tesla, and that'll be incomplete. And it looks like Detroit is going to have to settle for a field goal here. Actually, I never moved the possession. Come on. Come on. Thank you, David. I appreciate you. My goodness. Move the football. I like the brackets. I like the brackets. All right, this one, 45 yards for Bates. Kick is up and good. Right down the middle, man. So my only hope at this point, man, is for Baltimore to score a touchdown to force the Lions to actually run an actual offensive drive. My goodness. All right. So Detroit's defense, man, they have looked dang good in the second half. They have definitely improved. They've been able to keep Lamar and Derrick Henry in check for basically most of the second half here. They've sacked Lamar, I think, 3 times in this half, obviously forcing Derrick Henry to fumble there at the end just a couple plays ago. Yeah, dude, it's this is where Lamar and Derrick Henry, this is where they need to show up, man. They need to put up a drive here because this is what they get. This is what they're getting paid to do. They're getting paid premium money to be at a premium position to be the guys. They are supposed to be the basically the offensive weapons that you can just boom. You can rely on them on any drive at this point. All right, caught at the 10, to the 20, 25, 30, and taken down at the 31. That is where the Baltimore Ravens will start this drive here. We have 6:35. It's actually, sorry, it's under 6:35 left in the game. Lamar in the shotgun. Looking, and he's sacked by Aiden Hutchinson. Wow, man. Just coming from the blind side. That is the 6th sack of the night for Detroit. So you don't want to pick 6 here. No, unfortunately, no. As cool as that would be, we need Baltimore to score a touchdown here. Wow, dude, Aiden Hutchins, he just went through about 2 Baltimore offensive linemen there just to get to Lamar. 2nd and 16, ball at the 25, dumps it underneath to Justice Hill, and he'll get up down to the 29, so a gain of 4. All right, man. Lamar has had to dump it underneath quite a bit in this game. Detroit showing a lot of pressure, man. They got 7 guys on the line. 3rd and 12 coming up. Lamar looking. He's going to run and get tackled just past the 30, down to the 31. And that is Muhammad, who has had a night feasting on Lamar Jackson. I think he has 2 sacks on Lamar tonight. And unfortunately, Baltimore is going to have to just punt this one away. 4th and 9, and they do. And it's going to be fair caught around... Actually, no, it's going to go out of bounds near the 20. Yeah, dude, Lamar cannot seem to find anybody down the field. All right, 4:24 left in the game. Jared Goff under center here. Jahmyr Gibbs, the lone back in the backfield. Single receiver to the right. Toss to Jahmyr. He's going to bounce it to the left. Breaks a tackle and will pick up about 8 yards on the play, it looks like. He did step out of bounds, so that stops the clock at 4:16. All right, so we got 2nd and 3. Ball at the 37. Jahmyr Gibbs with a carry over the middle, and that's a 1st down for Detroit. Throw a pass, throw a pass, throw a pass. Only the St. Brown. I appreciate you, David. Trying to put it into the universe. Oh, my goodness. Nothing is going my way this week. The Packers lose, Minnesota wins, Chicago wins. Another handoff to Gibbs, and he's going to be stopped up after about a gain of 2. Detroit looks like they're going to win, and now my fantasy team is going to likely lose. I went from potentially having a 96% chance of winning to now I am down to 11%. 0 for 5 this week for myself. All right. Handoff up the middle, and it's going to be good for about another yard or 2. All right, we got 3rd and 5 here. Goff under center. Gets it out to Gibbs, and he's going to be just short of the first. Down near the 50, it'll be 4th and about 2 coming up. And that takes us to the 2-minute warning here in Baltimore. Detroit on top with the ball, 31-24. What if St. Brown got positive rushing yards? It is possible, but he would have to break off a 19-yard run. Since I'm in PPR, it's easier if he catches, even just catching a pass for 0 yardage gets me 1 point. And I need 1.9 points to win. Yeah, right? Yeah. So a catch in 9 yards, I think, is easier than picking up 19 rushing yards. Potentially. You know what? I would take 2 catches for 0 yards. Yeah, dude, the level of anxiety that I get playing fantasy, man, is just no bueno. All right, 4th and 2 coming up here. And obviously, without question, Dan Campbell is going to trust his offense to pick up the first down here. Fakes the handoff. He gets it to Brown. Oh, my God, yes. Oh, Oh my God. Let's freaking go. Woo! Let's go. And the penalty is on Baltimore. I can't believe I'm cheering for this. This is the worst. This is the absolute worst. Now let's hope for a fumble and returns for a touchdown for Baltimore. Oh my goodness. And he was being held too. Oh my God. I should have taken a screenshot of my phone. Literally before that play, I had a 1% chance of winning. 1%. It just went up to 99. Oh my gosh. Woo! Unbelievable. Absolutely ridiculous. I'm happy, but I'm conflicted because I needed Detroit to lose. I don't like this. All right, we got a timeout by actually no, not by Baltimore. Handoff up the middle here. Montgomery breaks loose to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown Detroit. Wow, man. So now we root for a pick six, right? Yes, we do, but unfortunately, we're not going to get it. David Montgomery just going off. Yeah, it was a handoff. He was going to run up the middle, and then he just bounced it just outside the right tackle and then just took off, man. Nobody basically touched him. Jared Goff telling him to go down, and David's like, nah, I'm good. I can get to the end zone. Wow. Extra point is good. We got a minute 42 left in the game. Dahlia, I'm right there with you, man. I'm so conflicted. I'm happy that I'm going to win my fantasy matchup this week, but I hate that it had to come at the expense of a Detroit win or at the expense of a Ravens win. Oh, well, maybe Ravens return. Oh, hey, there we go. There we go. Yeah, they return it for a touchdown. Detroit gets the ball, but then they fumble it on their return, and Detroit picks it up. And they not only do they get the touchdown, they do a spin move before they get to the end zone again, and then they win. There we go. That is the dream. Woo. Right now, I am gonna win by 1.2 points. 1.2 points. That's it. Not even a point and a half. I'm up. Wow. And the ball is going to be kneeled down in the end zone. So Lamar and this offense are going to have a decent field position to try to make it interesting here. Hopefully they can score something quick. Lamar in the shotgun, running back to his left, takes the snap, throws deep down the left, and nearly connects with Rashad Bateman. I got you, brother. Thank you. Well, I'm going to head to bed. Week 3 has not been on my side at all. All right, Dahlia, it's all right, man. I know you're a Packer fan just like me, man. We didn't get what we wanted in football, but hey, that's why there's next week. Week 4 going to be better for us. Packers tend to rebound pretty darn well in the Matt LaFleur era. Lamar looking, scrambling, and he's going to be sacked for a huge, huge loss, man. He just kept on backing up, and he gets sacked for the 7th time tonight, back inside his own 15. But yeah, have a good night, Dahlia. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Lamar dumps it underneath to the 30 and stays on his feet to the 35, 40. First down across the 50 down to the 45. Justice Hill somehow breaking a tackle from about 2 or 3 Detroit Lions. Took a hit, stayed on his feet, and then just kept running down the left sidelines for a big first down, and they are in Detroit territory. Clock is also stopped. Wow, man. Let's freaking go. Lamar in the shotgun. Single receiver to the right side. Running back to his left. Ball at the 44. Throw to the left, and he gets Rashad Bateman down near the 30. First down, Baltimore. Clock is stopped at 46 seconds. Detroit now has a touchdown plus extra point worth of sacks. Yes. Yep. It's a lot of sacks, man. 7 sacks on a pretty darn mobile quarterback. All right, Lamar looking. It's going to take off and run. And he'll get maybe 3 yards. The clock is going to continue to run because he stepped out of bounds backwards. At least I think. All right, they're stopping the clock here. Oh, there we go. Baltimore used a timeout. We got 35 seconds left in the game. All right. Ball at the 27 here. Lamar in the shotgun. 2 receivers stacked up on that left side. Andrews in motion. Blitz by Detroit. Wide open is Andrews to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Baltimore! And Andrews gets his 2nd touchdown of the night, man. And Hardball is telling them to go for 2. Yeah, Detroit sold out on that one, man. Sent a blitz. Lamar picked it up. Running to his right, and he's going to throw it, and it's incomplete. But there is a flag on the field. It's going to be in the end zone, so I'm assuming this is going to be on Detroit. And it's holding on Detroit. So Lamar. Oh no, there's actually 2 penalties. So one is going to be, they're going to be 1 on each team, so they're just going to redo the down. Ineligible man downfield for Baltimore. So offsetting penalties, redo the play. Detroit now has a touchdown, blah, blah, blah. Lamar looking, has time, throws it over the middle, and not on the same page as Zay Flowers. And it'll stay 30-38 Detroit. I love that they're showing all these teams block field goals that ended up winning, except for the Jets. The Jets are the only team that did it, that scored, that either scored a defensive touchdown or blocked a kick and returned it for a touchdown, basically. That didn't get the win. Haha, why not just go for one? I don't know. I think it's an analytics thing, to be honest with you. I think you want. I think what Harbaugh is like, hey, we want to win the game. We don't want to go into overtime. So if we, even if we scored a touchdown, an extra point here, the next touchdown, if we did get it, they would want to go for two. So I think that's what it is. It increases your chance of winning. If you get the 2 point conversion now, then all you need is a touchdown and the extra point to win instead of tie. But I don't know. I don't think it made a whole. I don't think it was gonna make a whole lot of difference whether they made it or not. I think the biggest thing is still you need to steal a possession, which you only have 29 seconds to do that. And it pops up and caught. Sam Laporta ices the game with the recovery. And that's it, man. Detroit is going to come into Baltimore and get a huge, huge victory over a pretty darn good Baltimore team. But Lamar in this offense had a rough, actually, the offensive line had a rough night, man. Giving up 7 sacks on Lamar. Some of those definitely on Lamar Jackson, especially the last one where he just kept on going back, back, back. And a single kneel down, and Baltimore will not use any of their timeouts. And this game is over. Obviously, the big play came about midway through the fourth quarter here. Derrick Henry, basically on the first play of that drive, gets the handoff to the left, and then Aiden Hutchinson from behind just punches that ball out, forcing the fumble. Detroit recovered and was able to basically get into the end zone on that one. Oh no, actually they kicked the field goal. Never mind. They kicked the field goal, but either way, took a possession away, made it a 7 point game, and yeah, man. Along with the sacks, it was just a rough fourth quarter for the Ravens. They did score a touchdown, but I think Detroit was willing to give that one away. All right, let's finalize the score here. Bam. Baltimore will fall to 1-2. And Detroit, after losing in week 1 against the Packers, has now won 2 in a row to improve to 2-1 on the year. It is a 3-way tie at the top of the NFC North. Packers are 2-1, Minnesota 2-1, and now the Detroit Lions join them at 2-1 at the top of the division. Woo! Let's freaking go, man. Hot dang, man. I want to say thank you to everybody. This was a huge week for the channel, man. Last time I checked, let me double check the sub count. We are at 98 subscribers. We got 8 days to get to our goal. We got 8 days to get to 100 subscribers, man. We got another week to go, another week of football to try to get there, but we're getting closer and closer. On top of that, we had arguably our biggest week in terms of viewership. Well over. I think we totaled, I think a little over, especially with tonight. I think we went over 2,000 views across all five streams. So that is huge. That is a thank you to everybody that came through, man. All the new people and all the regulars, man. Seastrom, David, Dahlia, Cam, Captain Mickey Mouse. Oh my God, I'm probably missing somebody else. I'm sorry. Chris Lasso was here, man. Yeah, dude, thank you so much, man. This is by far the biggest week on the channel's history. Hopefully, it was great for you guys. Hopefully, like all the new scoreboards, all the new thumbnails. Hopefully, those are helping out a little bit here. I'm trying to make things a little bit better for everybody, in terms of like how they look. And on top of that, I'm trying to improve as a commentator as well. So we're gonna keep going, man. There's only week 3. We still got a bunch of games to go. We got a bunch of weeks to go. Yeah, man. There's 18 seasons in the NFL, and we're just 3 weeks in. So we got plenty of football left on the channel. Yeah, man, we're going to keep it rolling. We're going to do another stream, another 5 games next week, starting with Thursday Night Football. So if that's something you're interested in and this is your first time here, please make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 100. Once again, we got 8 days to do it. We're going to make it, man. We're going to do it. But thank you to everybody that showed out tonight and showed out throughout the week. Huge week for the channel, man. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Let me see here. Yeah, let's look at the final stat sheet here really quickly before we head out. Goff, 20 of 28, 202, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. David Montgomery, 12 carries, 151 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jahmyr Gibbs, 22 carries, 67 yards, 2 touchdowns. Amon-Ra, 7 for 77 and a touchdown. Jameson Williams, 2 for 43. Sam Laporta, 4 for 33. Jahmyr Gibbs, 5 for 32. And David Montgomery also tacked on 13 yards on a 1 catch in this game. Again, 7 sacks for this Detroit defense. Man, they were just all over Lamar Jackson. I think they picked up 5 in the second half. They also were able to force a fumble of Derrick Henry midway through the fourth quarter. That was a big turning point for Detroit. Lamar Jackson finishes 21 of 27, 288, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Derrick Henry, 12 of 50. I think he had 3 carries for 33 yards in the first drive. So Detroit kept him in check after that first touchdown drive for Baltimore. Lamar was held in check, 7 runs for 35 yards. Mark Andrews, 6 for 91, 2 touchdowns. Rashad Bateman, 5 for 63 and a touchdown. And Justice Hill, 3 for 45. No sacks for Baltimore and no interceptions, man. It was a quiet night for a pretty talented Baltimore defense. David, woo! But yeah, man. Yeah, heck of a game. It was what I expected. 68 points. Some defensive play. Some great defensive play calls. Some great offense. It may not have been as close as I thought it was going to be. I thought this game was going to be a little bit tighter, especially towards the end. But Detroit really just took off, man. They really were able to really get something going offensively. The running game really started to go off. And then when they needed a pass and a catch, they got it done. And then that defense just took over in the second half. So, yeah. Yeah, fourth quarter, Derrick Henry fumbled this year. Yeah, man. Cause yeah, he did it in week 1 too, right? Yeah. And I think I saw a stat that they said that he's fumbled in each of the first 3 games this season. So that's a rough start for Derrick Henry, man. He's put up good numbers for the most part. Week 1, I think he went over 200 yards. But yeah, man, it's been a little bit of a struggle for him since that game, since basically that fourth quarter against the Bills. So, but yeah, heck of a game. Detroit really is starting to look like the Detroit that we saw last year, and not the Detroit that we saw in Week 1. They're really starting to look good, man. Yeah, I think with this, what they've put up 90 points in the last two games. Yeah, man, that's a pretty powerful offense right there. And when you couple that with the defense that is seems to be getting healthier, seems to be getting better. Aiden Hutchinson is finally starting to make some big plays. It looks like he's starting to kind of move away from that injury, that nasty injury that he had last year. And I think he's starting to kick going back to where he was. Because last year he started out on a tear, man. I'm pretty sure through the first, 5 or 6 weeks that he was healthy, he was the front runner for Defensive Player of the Year. And then unfortunately he had that nasty leg injury. But yeah, man, it looks like he is starting to get back to where he was a year ago. So if that's what's gonna happen, and these guys can start to figure out, get over losing their coordinators, Detroit, we knew that they were gonna be a problem. Like everybody, I think, was overreacting to them losing to Green Bay in Week 1. Don't get me wrong; it was a dominant victory for Green Bay, but you just knew that Detroit was gonna correct, self-correct. They were way too talented on both sides of the ball. Dan Campbell is a hell of a coach, hell of a motivator as well. This team was not just going to fall apart after Week 1. So, and they're showing it. So, Baltimore is going to have to get back to running the ball, man. We saw that, and I mentioned it early in the game. Baltimore, their offense, they are better. They are better as a pass run offensive line than they are a pass pro. We saw that 7 sacks. That's damning right there. When Lamar is not able to make a man miss, the offensive line has to give him time, has to keep him clean. Otherwise, if Derrick Henry is not having a big night like he did in Week 1, they're gonna struggle to go up against some really tough teams in the AFC or in the NFC. It doesn't matter. So they gotta get the running game going, or they gotta be able to pass block a lot better. Baltimore goes up against Kansas City next week, another tough front seven, and after that they go up against the Texans. So yeah, it's gonna be a tough one next week for Baltimore for sure. But if they can bounce back, man, and beat the Chiefs, that can be some momentum right there. All right, Detroit, they go up against the Browns, who just knocked off the Packers, and then they go up against the Bengals, who just got whacked by the Minnesota Vikings this week. So, yeah, their schedule is a little bit easier over the next 2 games. So, I could easily see Detroit being 4-1 by the time they go up against the Kansas City Chiefs. Yep, that is correct, my dude. And Kansas City has been the kryptonite for Baltimore. So can Lamar and these guys bounce back from a tough loss on Monday night to get a big victory over an AFC conference rival? We'll see, man. Actually, I want to see that. No, Baltimore needs to lose next week. Of course, a Chiefs fan would say that. I don't know, man. It's gonna be an interesting game. So that's at 3:25. Okay, so still a primetime game, basically. All right. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna try to see if we can stream. We'll see. We'll see if we can get that game. Hopefully, we can. But yeah, man. I believe that is going to be it for me tonight, guys. I want to say thank you so much to everybody. Like I said, throughout the week, big week on the channel, man. But regardless, to be honest with you, the numbers are great, but those are not the things that motivate me. The thing that motivates me is one, people being in the chat, people wanting to continue to watch me, man, and on top of that, just me trying to get better at everything that I do. Those are the two biggest things. Those are kind of my um, the things that are always trying to keep me motivated and keep it going, man. If the numbers come, great. If they don't, hey, it's all right. We're gonna keep going no matter what. I did this when there was almost nobody watching, and I'm gonna continue to do it the same way. Just hopefully getting better every week. So, do a spin move before you go on the stream. Oh my goodness, man! I've been sitting for so long. I don't think I can. All right, all right. Ah, ah. All right, that's it. There we go. There we go. Did you see it? I think I spun so quickly I barely moved. All right, guys. David, thank you so much for being here, my friend. I always appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But yeah, man, have a great night, guys. I will see you guys on Thursday night football, baby. We got another week coming. Week 4, man. Holy cow. But yeah. Once again, my name is Dave. I'm not a coach. Thank you. That was fast. Great job.